The suspense is killing me.
So you hear the music? We are good to go.
TKRS for fucking time.
Absolutely.
Man, hey, who is this? Where the fuck he from? Tell him 716. I say, goddamn, hey, he up now. Why you got it plain Jane and he ain't bust it down? I say, goddamn, hey, wait a minute. When I walk up in a room, then there's some paper in it. I say, oh man, hey, cool it down. If you ain't know me then, nigga, you gon' know me now. I say, goddamn, hey, I'm from the 6. You ain't never run no blocks. Most of these niggas just run their lips. All the girls that used to be thoughts, you be hugging them trying to kiss. How you turn up to your wifey when the whole hood used to hit? I say, goddamn, hey, I'm up now. They like, how the fuck he get a bag? He from a small town. They be praying on your downfall, hoping that you fall down. Now that I'm in my bag, I can't go fuck my crush now. I say, hold on, chill, just wait a minute. I'm just getting started, wait till you see me when I'm finished. I remember I was drowning, I looked up and you was grinning. Now you look upset and you look salty, see me winning. Hey, oh man, hey, who is this? Where the fuck he from? Tell him 716. I say, goddamn, hey, he up now. Why you got it plain Jane and he ain't bust it down?
We back. You feel me? Kids Are Asleep Network. You feel me? We in the building with my boy Motiques. You feel me? We live on all streaming platforms. You know what I'm saying? We about to get right into this interview. Appreciate you for popping out today, my boy. Talk to the people real quick. Let them know who you is.
Yo, my name is Motiques, man. I'm the owner of Evolution Studios. You know, we're a new studio. We opened up in June. We're over in Cheektowaga, bro, right on Harlem Road. Just working, man. Working every single day in the studio. Turn this into my full-time job now. And then obviously, like, now that I'm in the stu and I'm getting better, because I'm one of the head engineers at the stu too. So now that I got my sound tapped down, you know, I've started pushing that on to other artists and getting their sounds down. And it's been a minute. I started doing it at my house. I don't know if you want me to get into my whole story, but basically I'm Motiques, owner of Evolution Studios.
Oh, we're going to get into that. I got some questions for you, my boy. We definitely going to pick the brain a little bit on Mr. Motiques, you feel me? So let's just get right into these questions, you see me? So tell us about your journey and how you got started in music and promotions.
Yeah, man. So back when I was like in high school and shit, you know, like everyone's story, you know what I mean? We just started falling in love with the rap music and shit. I used to listen to like, you know, rock and screamo and shit back when I was real little, like middle school and shit. And then when I got into high school, I started growing up and realizing that like, nah, rap is my shit. That's all I listen to is rap and hip hop pretty much. And, you know, started writing. I was like, damn, I wonder if I could be a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm 31 and I perfected my craft. You know what I mean? I got that shit down. Like, kind of like bro on the last one, I was watching his, like same thing, bro. We go in the stu, we get fucking 2-3 songs done, no problem. Let's knock this shit out. So now I just perfected my craft, and you know what I mean, this is what I do, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
At what point did you decide to start your own label, and what inspired you with that move?
Well, shit, bro. I'll be honest with you. It's kind of a story. We got like a second. I can tell you a little bit.
Yeah. Talk to the people.
So yeah, so the studio started. You know, I was always into fucking like kind of bad shit. You know what I'm saying? Like ever since I pretty much started rapping, I started selling drugs. You know what I'm saying? That's really like that's what I did, bro. Like I saw, you know, when the weed game was heavy, bro. You know what I mean? I was picking up buckets of fucking, you know, totes of weed and just like that's all I ever did, bro. When the game was hot, I was making money and everything was cool. But then when the weed game kind of fell off, I started getting into some other shit. I was like, oh, I still want to make that money, you know? So I got into trouble, basically. I was still making music, doing my thing. I had my studio at the crib. I got into trouble, got my house raided. Like, you know, I mean, I got caught with some hard shit. And that kind of flipped my life upside down. You know, I got locked up. I'm on probation, like all that shit. And I literally had nowhere to go. I was like, damn, I don't have like a normal job. I got a business, but it don't really feed my family. It don't really pay for everything. So I'm like, let me try this fucking studio shit. You know what I mean? So I hit up a couple artists that I knew, like, yo, come through. Let's do some shit. They started fucking with already where I was at with my sound. And it got to a point where, you know, his boys started coming through, and then his boy's boy, and then everybody just started coming through. And I started literally went from trapping drugs out of my house to trapping studio sessions. and it started getting crazy. I started actually paying all my bills at the house. I was charging 25 an hour. It got to a point where I was like, all right, I can't do this anymore, bro. My girl can't sleep at night. Like the bass was bumping, knocking pictures off the fucking walls. Like it was getting crazy, bro. She's trying to sleep at 4 a.m. She can't sleep. She's sleeping on the couch downstairs. So I found a location. I remodeled the whole spot. Shout out my boys, you know, Big Dave, my boy rolling with Big Dave, my boy Project Rizzo. That's my guy. You know what I mean? He helped me build, you know, they helped me build the vocal booth, everything. And that's how we got into this. You know what I mean? It got to a point where I was making enough money. I could cover rent at a spot. And then I just had to bump my price up. I'm only charging 40 an hour, but it was enough where I was like, okay, I could pay an engineer sometimes. I can make the 40, pay my bills, and pay the rent. And now that's just where we're at, bro. Like we're just making enough money to survive. And now we're trying to build like the online presence. So yeah, it's just a little recording studio. You know what I'm saying? Like we would like to start a label or something, but it's not really in the playing cards right now. We're just so busy at the studio, man. I'm engineering every day, bro. You know, so that's pretty much how my story started, bro. You know.
Shit, that's what it's all about, man. Growth and development. You feel me? When y'all ready to take that initiative and lock it down, I'm pretty sure the label will come right into fruition for you. What you enjoy most about working with other artists?
Oh man, what I enjoy the most, man. Honestly, I built some really, really dope relationships. Like, not even just like with my music, because obviously I work with artists with my music, but working with, you know what I'm saying? I'm a white dude from Buffalo, bro. Like, you know what I mean? So I got a lot of white friends and shit like that. It's nice to get into a whole different demographic of not just artists, but people, you know what I'm saying? So I got homies that are like, I've watched their growth as artists. So my favorite part is like, all right, you started with me 3 years ago at the crib. Now you're coming through to my spot and you're knocking shit out. You getting better at rapping. I'm watching the growth. That's why I named it Evolution, because these artists are literally evolving from like kids getting out of high school to like they out of high school, they doing this shit, they working, they buying cars, like, you know what I mean? So my favorite part about the whole thing is like literally watching the evolution of the artists, like watching them go from like young kids to like now they're adults. Like that's why I was in touch with you, because I'm getting to a point with some of these rappers. They've been doing this shit with me for 3 years and they still have not performed yet. So that's my favorite part, is like we just slowly evolving, and you never know, bro. One of these little guys, these 20-year-olds, they might be the next up, bro. And let's be real, that's the generation, you know?
Yeah. What's the biggest challenge you face with building with artists, new artists, some people you've been dealing with, you feel me? What's some of your biggest challenges?
I would say my biggest challenge right now, bro, and I'm just keeping it real with all my clients, and I think everybody deals with this, bro. You feel me? I'm an engineer, right? So I'm in the booth. They in the booth. I'm at the computer, bro. I'm also a rapper though. So my biggest challenge for me is like when somebody's struggling on rapping and trying to get a bar out, and in my brain, I'm like, I already know how you want to spit this bar, bro. Like I know you're trying to say it this way. So I always try to like help people, like, yo, say it like this, say it like this, bro. I promise you, like it's gonna work. The biggest struggle is I don't want to force them to do it. And they also sometimes people don't want to hear it either, bro. So like sometimes people are not open to hearing what I'm trying. Like they think I'm trying to tell them what to do, but it's like, no, bro, I'm just trying to bring this to life as much as you. So my biggest struggle with that is just like trying to help people, and people are just not, they just ain't open-minded enough to take that help, you know. They don't want to look at it as I'm trying to help them grow as well. You know what I'm saying? That's a big struggle, bro.
I feel you. I took my hand in a little bit of engineering and shit as I came up too, and creating my label and shit like that. I did the in-house studio, built the whole booth in my basement, wall to wall. You feel me? The whole nine. Before I even became an artist, bro. You feel what I'm saying? So I understand everything you're saying as far as, you know, trying to help artists critique shit and shit like that. Because before I was even an artist, I was out there, you know, playing with the keys and shit, getting people recorded and shit like that, and hearing them in there. And when they struggle, just trying to help, you know, get through that, or give them a little motivation to get through it, even though I didn't have the credentials to actually do that. You feel what I'm saying? So I definitely understand what you said, though. Like,
nah,
and
that's dope.
That go into my next question. How do you handle it when somebody turn their back on a project or the vision that y'all created or working on?
Like as an artist, right? So like if I'm working on something with someone, Shit, bro.
Yeah, like say you working on a project or something like that, and you know somebody like just totally flops on the project or want to go do something else, or have you ever even came into any of them type of situations?
Yeah, for sure, bro. It it's cool, bro. Like at the end of the day, as long as we didn't, because the problem with me is if we invest in money, like say, all right, we bought an exclusive beat, we're doing this shit, like we spent the time, I spent the time mixing, mastering, like you know how it is, bro. It takes mad time to get. I don't care what anyone says.
Mm-hmm.
My songs, bro, I'll be on draft number fucking 6 or 7 sometimes on a track until I'm happy with it fully. Don't get me wrong, it ain't like that with my clients, bro. You know what I mean? I be doing, it's different getting someone else's sound on and then trying to critique yourself as an engineer. But the biggest struggle for me with that is so my boy Project Rizzo, we dropping this EP next month, right? I got like 3 songs with this dude for real, and he kind of let it flop a little bit, and I'm on his ass about it sometimes, but it ain't even a big deal, bro, because the shit that we do have it's really that fire where we about to drop a whole EP. It's only a 6-song EP, but we invested like a lot of money into this EP already, and we got a whole promo plan and stuff. So it's really just as long as I'm working with you and you see a vision with it, you know what I'm saying? And maybe a song or two might flop and we might not do nothing with it, but like we just got to keep it pushing, or at the end of the day, I really can't do any more music with you if we ain't gonna do anything with it. That's really what it comes down to, bro. You know what I mean? We just got to make sure all right, let's work on the next one, you know?
Right. So how do you find artists, you know, to work with or collaborate with? Like, what is some type of skill sets you might look for within the people that you actually work with?
Um, so how do I find the artist? Like, what do I look for? You said, is that what you
Yeah,
said? My
like what
bad.
do you
Someone
look
started
for
calling me.
like when you want to do a collaboration and you kind of like looking for artists to collaborate with or new artists for the studio, things of that nature? Is it a specific talent, a specific you know, characteristic that you look for?
Okay, yeah. So my big thing, bro, is me and you got similarities, whether you know it or not, bro. Because we close to the same age. You like 30, right? Something like that.
I'm 33.
Yeah. So I'm 31. You know, so we got that older school in us. You know what I'm saying? So like I don't know how you write and rap and shit, but like you know what I'm saying? I like when someone could come in, bro, and they can like one take a verse. Maybe not the first take, but like, you know what I mean? You could tell like this dude's really about it. Like he's spitting, his cadence is fire. He's on beat the whole time. There ain't a single bar. Like he analyzed that shit to the point where there ain't a single bar that's off beat, because that's how I am. Like everything's got to be perfect
Right.
before I bring it to the stew. Then that's the first time, right there. I'm like, I definitely would do a song with this dude. You know what I'm saying? Then I got to read the vibe in the room too. So I don't know my big downfall. Whether I liked it or not, bro. I'm a white dude, so some people don't take me as seriously with this rap shit. So I kind of keep myself quiet, and then I just kind of let the work show. And I've had boys to be like, "Oh, bro, you rap?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I just don't really want to be promoting my shit at the studio. Like this is y'all platform. This is your time. This is you guys. You know what I mean?" So I run into issues with that sometimes. Like I'm being, sometimes I get downplayed because I'm white and shit. But I've really been doing this for so long. So when it comes to like finding artists that I want to collab with, like I got this one artist that I've had since I opened the stew at the house. That was my first client. Shout out my boy M Bizzo. We finally did a song together after like 3 years of working together, because like he's fire, bro. He's mad fire, but like I just never knew if we were on the same, not even the same level, but the same, like if we had the same vision. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to hop in and be like, "Yo, let's do a song together." Sometimes that shit's cringy. Being like, "Yeah, let's do a song together." Like, wait, my engineer wants to do a song with me. What the fuck? But as we got to know each other, he kind of came to me, was like, "Yo, bro, I've been seeing you putting stuff out. Let's try and do a song together." And that shit came out fucking perfect, bro. Like it came out exactly how I
could
wanted.
definitely, not to cut you off, but I could definitely relate to that. You know, cause I do the shows and shit like that for the artists and shit like that. You know, to get back to the community, work with new artists, build platforms, shit like that. So it's like me being on the promoter end of it, and people knowing me for being an artist is like, "Yo, bro, you performing?" Or "Yo, bro, you gonna perform?" You know what I mean? And I'd be like, bro, I'm doing this for y'all. You feel me? Like that didn't even cross my mind when I'm in work mode. Like I'm in promoter mode right now, and I want y'all to get y'all shit off. Like I'm gonna do everything in my power to make sure I stay relevant and keep my flame lit. You feel me? But I want to be able to add to what y'all got going on. So when you say it took you 3 years to do your first collaboration with one of your clients, just off the simple fact that you want to keep it business and not overstep. I understand you when you say
Yeah,
that.
you
Feel
know.
me? Like that's
Yeah, it's like
powerful.
you want to, bro. You probably got mad artists that you're like, damn, I would love to do a track because you got mad. I know you got mad fire artists that you work with. So there's probably mad times like, bro, we could really
Yeah,
drop a banger, but you also gotta find the right. It's always time and place too. Like, when do
yeah,
I
for
come
sure.
to this dude and be like, hey, bro, don't forget I'm a rapper too. I know I promote all your shows, but like, we could still make a song together. But I feel like what happens for you too, I've noticed, you drop the songs on your platform, and then people start to see, oh shit, Lito's a fucking rapper too. Like he's a rapper
Yeah,
and he's fire and he's got the visuals and all that. So a lot of times you probably have it like me where you might have the artist come to you and be like, "Yo, bro, like why haven't we made a song together?" And that's probably I don't know
nah,
if it's
for
how
real.
it is
That's
for
how
me,
it be though.
Yeah, bro.
That's how it
That's
be
kind
for
of what
real.
happened.
Cause I never wanted to be the artist. You feel me? I wanted to
Yeah.
be like the the CEO. You feel me? The person that was putting us in position to grow and connect with the other people. I was the one that wanted to walk in the rooms and network with people and build new connections and shit like that. Cause a lot of artists is kind of standoffish with other people. You feel me?
Yeah.
For whatever reasons, but a lot of artists, like a lot of good artists, is not really people persons. You feel what I'm saying? I'm a
Mhm.
people person. Regardless of who you are, whatever going on, if you in the room with me, you liable to pop a conversation off. It's just gonna happen. You feel me? I bring that type of energy. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Yeah.
yeah, though.
No, I noticed
But
that with you
outside,
too, bro. Like, we didn't even know each other, bro. And you were like, "Yo, what up, bro?" You like slapped me up. I'm like, "Bro, I know who you are, man. Like, we know who each other are. Why? What's the reason to be standoffish, bro? Like, we're gonna like each other's posts on Facebook and pretend like we don't exist in real life. Like, come on, man.
right.
I see what you're doing. I don't know if you see what I'm doing, but we see each other, bro. Like, why not fucking, I mean, there's a lot of shit that I want to talk to you about too for the future, man. So we can get into that like after all this. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, shit, we locked in for sure. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, all them artists that never did shows and shit like that, I want to be able to come on board with that. You feel me? And let's
Yeah.
do something for them. You feel me? Let's put them through that boot camp. You feel me? I wanna start an artist boot camp for up and coming artists to get them the exact things that they need to be structured going forward. Because when I throw events and shit like that, I could tell a lot of these artists not really seasoned and haven't did too many shows and shit like
Mhm.
that. But they got so much confidence in themselves that when they don't get the reaction that they thought that they would get, it kind of deters them from their path going forward. And that's not what I want to do as far as when I do my shows. That's not what I'm looking for. Cause I don't ever want nobody to feel like, oh, I'm being overlooked or these people ain't fucking with me, this, that, and the third, when it's really you just needed a little bit more practice to really get the whole thing together. Because the first impression is the best impression. And if this your first rodeo, then how you really know what to expect when it's your first time doing it? You feel what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's something I really want to bring to the artist community and shit like that. So we could definitely, you know what I
Oh
mean,
yeah, we
chop
gonna
it up
lock in,
and
bro. I got
together.
a roster of boys, bro, that like are hungry, dog, and they just don't know where to go, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like they're
Yeah, that's
young, bro.
dope.
Like I said, I got boys that are just got out of high school and they really pumping out fucking albums, bro. Like they coming to me, like when I had the
Mm-hmm.
crib here, my boy Stacks Double O, like he pumped out like 3 albums and he's in high school. I'm like, bro, I don't even got this much music out right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
there's boys that are hungry and they gotta break out of their fucking comfort zone, break out of their shell. And like I want to be able to help them with that, but I'm not. You're more a promoter. I'm the studio engineer, somebody that could point them in the right direction, but also I can't
Mm-hmm.
just do it all myself. So like that's some shit we could talk about as far as like collabing with that shit.
Right. Nah, shit, we definitely, man, for all the artists that's watching this platform, you feel what I'm saying? We intertwined in both worlds, you feel me? My boy Motique is in a whole nother lane outside of what I'm accustomed to. You feel me? And we trying to bring them worlds together because we all under the same umbrella. You feel me? We all represent Buffalo, New York, no matter where you promote yourself. You feel me? So that's something we doing in 2026. We trying to bridge that gap. You feel me? And bring the worlds together. You feel me?
Oh,
Everybody
yeah.
got talent, man. All type of new followers and new people that's want to be interested in what you got going on. You just got to be able to get exposed to other platforms. You feel me? So that's what
Yeah.
this shit is all about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
speaking on politics a little bit, how would you describe the city's music scene and politics, in your eyes?
All right, bro. Listen, listen. I'm just a white dude from Buffalo. You heard? So I'm not involved in nothing going on outside of the music. I am only music, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm only. Yeah, I was into some shit, but I was selling drugs to white boys. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be real, in the suburbs. So I just want everyone to know right now, I am not involved in nothing, but I do see what's going on all the time, bro. Okay, I got a lot of people that might be quote unquote part of some gang shit. I think a lot of that
Mhm.
shit needs to be settled down. And I think it needs to be more about the music, bro, because there could be three artists that are popping. I'm not gonna say any names, but there could be three artists that are popping right now in Buffalo, and they might be stopping themselves because there's so much animosity outside of the music. And I feel like sometimes that stops a lot of people from growing in the city. This is within the city, because obviously, like bro, on the last video, he said he went outside of Buffalo and he's getting more love, but there's a lot of hatred in Buffalo. And I'm not saying it's gang shit. I'm just saying in general, there's a lot of animosity built up towards each other. And I feel like we got to work on that and really just say fuck it, bro. Like that boys just need to collab with each other, bro. They need to be taking their talents and crossing with each other. I did that shit with one of my artists, bro, and the song is so fire. And it's like we don't care about nothing else, bro. You know what I mean? But I'm also just somebody who
Mhm.
stays mutual no matter what. I don't talk about anything going on outside of the studio. So it helps me a lot, but I feel like it stops a lot of other people because, oh, you can't work with that dude because I don't fuck with him. Like one of his boys that might not even be rapping. Oh, I don't fuck with that dude. But that dude might have 20,000 followers and it could help him grow his fan base. But now he's stopping himself because unfortunate, like shit that someone might not even did nothing to him,
Right.
and they got that animosity built up, and it's kind of stopping you from growing. So that's one thing I think
Mhm.
that really clouds and fucks up the music scene a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like a lot of people join gangs, because of the security for one. For two, it's kind of like it's kind of like when you don't got family and you finally find some people that you could call family in another way. You feel me? It's just like I understand the negative part of the gang shit. You feel me? But for the most
Yeah.
part, I feel like a lot of people use that as like a comfort umbrella. You feel me? And
Yeah.
security and shit like that. Because when you hear how people talk about their gangs and shit like that, it's more so, yeah, I'm part of a gang, but these my brothers. These people that I've
Hmm.
grown accustomed to and build relationships with, you feel me? And that's the
Yeah.
same thing with the music industry, you feel me? Like joining labels and, collaborations and things of that nature, you feel what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
like, and I totally agree that a lot, especially with the youth, you feel me? A lot of our youth is gang oriented. You feel what I'm saying? And yes, they do cut off a lot of collaboration due to street shit. You feel me?
Mm.
So it's like, but shit, all we could do is keep creating platforms for them people to be able to see each other under the same situations and know that, okay, yeah, we from two different gangs, but this is what we set out to do. You feel what I'm saying? Like if I want to rap or be a rapper, I gotta go to this event or I gotta be present or I gotta, it's gonna come a time where we gonna have to see these niggas. You feel what I'm saying? But it ain't
Yeah.
gotta be that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So man, all we could do is keep forcing this shit upon people and hoping that they take what we pushing out, bro.
Yo,
You
and that
feel me?
that shit, like like I said, because I'm mutual, bro, I work with so many people. Like, I don't even know what's going on, bro. Like, boys don't tell me, like, oh, yeah, we don't fuck with him. We don't fuck with him. Like, I'm just an engineer, which is great because I don't want to be involved in none of that. But it breaks my heart a little bit, bro, because bro could be mad. Like, yo, he was in the booth. He killed this shit. Like, I want to show him the song. Be like, yo, listen to what this dude could do. But I don't know who fucks with each other. And I don't want to fucking stir nothing up. But I want to, like,
Right.
I want to push everyone, but it kind of limits me to be able to give those boys exposure too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to give exposure to all these people, but I don't want to play a song like, yo, that's an op. I don't want that because I don't want boys to be like, oh, that's your boy, Mo?
Nah, for real.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to be
real, though.
I don't want to be influencing or like enabling something, like some shit to pop off. I can't even let boys know when each other are in the studio. I keep it private because I don't want anyone to know who's at the stew, you know?
Right.
So
that's why I said all boiled down to who really won it, because, you know, if you really want this shit, you're going to make adjustments and you're going to, you know what I mean? You're going to take a few more risks to get it done, shit like that. Because, like, I wanted to do shows in Rochester and shit like that, you know, to kind of move around upstate. And I realized the gang violence and, you know, other cities is just as bad as it is in your own city, you feel me? If not worse. Because it's to the point where it's like, they won't even book shows or do shows certain places that's not on certain sides of the town and shit like that.
yeah, bro.
In Buffalo, people will put that past them like, shit, I don't know fuck where to show it. I'm going, you feel me? Whatever.
Yeah.
But it's really like, and you can't take nothing away from them for wanting to be safe and shit like that, you feel me? But, you know what I mean? If that shit was all pushed to the side, I'm pretty sure a lot more talent would be able to get exposed and a lot more people will be able to do shit for these artists. You feel me?
Yeah, bro.
But shit, let's talk a little bit about social media.
Right,
how do you feel? How you feel social media is helpful or harmful to artists nowadays?
Oh shit! I mean, bro, it's helpful because that's how you're gonna get exposed nowadays, bro. That's literally what it is, bro. Like you post shit on TikTok and you post shit on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Like there's artists that'll post a video and they get 100,000 views on Instagram because it hit the algorithm, bro. So it's 100% helpful. Like you always should be posting every single fucking day as an artist. So, but I think Facebook is negative, especially in Buffalo. And y'all cannot deny me on that shit because if someone posts that they're doing good and they're doing some shit, you're gonna get somebody that might even comment. They're gonna laugh at it. They're not gonna want it. I don't know what it is about Facebook, bro, but Facebook is I get a lot of negativity. Maybe not for me personally, but I see a lot of it. And I think Facebook in Buffalo is very negative, bro. I'll be honest. So I've been fucking sticking to Instagram and I'll make my little success posts on Facebook every like month, you know? I don't really fuck with Facebook that much, bro.
What they say Facebook is local, Instagram is for the world. And I agree with that. You feel me? Cause like I feel like Facebook keeps you in tune with what's going on in your city. And then as soon as you jump over to IG, TikTok, shit like that, you start seeing the world and what they got going on, and then your ambition and inspiration start growing. You feel what I'm saying? Like, oh, they doing some shit over here. You feel me? That's not in Buffalo. That's not in your own city. You're not just being roadblocked by who talking about hoagies today, or what females arguing with their boyfriends today, or who shoplifting, or who the biggest crackhead on Broadway, or you feel me? Like you get away from that type of shit. You feel what I'm saying? So I do think that certain social media can be effective to artists, harmful to artists. You feel me? But social media in itself is basically like a mobile trap. Like, you feel me? Like, if you want to get your music out, you make a post, it's gonna go to the people that's in your algorithm. It's gonna do a lot of the work for you. So it's like when I say trap, I use that like with the streets and shit like that. We went from selling drugs to selling studio time. You feel what I'm saying? Regardless of how we look at it, we still had that same mentality that we learned from the struggle. So it's like, but we doing it in a way that's legal and it's beneficial now. You feel what I'm saying?
That's
So
facts, bro. That's what we learned. That's our roots,
that's how
bro.
I
Like,
feel.
you think we would know? We really wouldn't know that much about business. I mean, unless you went to school for it or like someone taught you. But like that, I don't call it street shit because I wasn't in the streets, bro. Like I wasn't out on the corner slanging shit. I was fucking texting fucking people I knew that did blow. Let's be real. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't call it street shit, but I was selling a lot of fucking drugs, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I got caught with some shit, like, and I learned from it. I've been clean, just making money off studio time, but. That's where I learned all my business habits and everything, bro. Like how to save money, how to cut down on fucking expenses, and it really is like that, bro. Like it's crazy. Like you learn so much from doing that shit. It's just the higher risk versus the reward. Like there's a better reward for the risk you're taking. You know what I'm saying? But at least with the studio shit, it's less money, but there is really no risk. It's just the basic risks in business. You know? So.
Right. Looking back, what's one lesson you wish you knew earlier in your career?
Man, I wish I knew that you really should be putting money behind everything you do. You know what I'm saying? So when I was fucking 18 years old dropping music, I just thought, okay, that was the problem with the Facebook shit. Was like I get a lot of people that I know from school, blah blah blah, all these people liking, commenting, all that stuff on my Facebook. So I was like, oh, word, Facebook is the move. I'm just gonna drop and just see what I can do. And I did that shit for years. But if I was 18 and was like, all right, I'm gonna put $20 here, 20 there, 20 here, Spotify playlist placement, you know what I mean? Work on getting monetized on YouTube, doing all this shit. At 31 years old, now that I'm about to drop the best music I've ever made, I'd be way more set up because I already had shit. I already built up a fan base over the last fucking 10 years. So that's the biggest thing. I wish I understood the promo side of shit and how important it really is. You know what I mean? I'm just learning that now with the studio, how important it is. Like growing the studio is just like growing as an artist. You know what I mean? You got to put money into it. So,
Right. So let me ask you a question, right?
Yeah.
So when you put out music and shit like that, right? How long do you think how long should it be before you give your audience new music? How much time should you give to people to really tap into projects that you put out prior to putting out new music, or does that matter at all?
Yeah, I mean, I struggle with this as an artist, bro. So that's definitely something that like my big thing is I think I got to a point now where I don't want to be sitting on music anymore. So that's one thing that I realize is like I don't really want to be dropping these bangers, listen to them in my car by myself 100 fucking times, getting sick of it. Like, bro, if it's a banger, like just put that shit out. But so like I don't think there's really a timeline, but I don't think you should be waiting no fucking 6 months to drop music, bro. Like even if you drop a single every month, you know what I'm saying? If you drop a single every month and then you look back on your year and be like, all right, cool, I dropped 12 songs last year and maybe one body of work, like it's definitely important to just keep dropping music, bro. You know what I'm saying? And just perfecting your
Okay.
craft is like part of the process, you know?
Right. What advice would you give to someone that wanted to start up their own studio or become an artist and put out music? What's a word of advice you would be able to give to them?
Shit with the studio, bro. Big piece of advice I would say, bro, is just do it. Don't stop watching fucking YouTube, bro. Like literally, like get a software. I don't care what anyone says, bro. You can fucking use Pro Tools. People tell me that I'm crazy for using Studio One, bro. Get a fucking software, pay the money for the professional software, and learn the fucking software. Because once you learn that software and you learn how to mix music, there's a demand for it, bro. I don't care. This is me as a owner of a studio, like saying that you could do it, bro. You really could just like learn how to mix, bro. Because if you get really nice with that shit and people know that you know your shit, they're always gonna come around, bro. You know what I mean? So if you want to open a studio, bro, just don't ever stop learning. Don't ever think that you're the best. That you know what I mean? Don't ever think that you're the best because you never are gonna be the best until you start seeing those results. Like I'll never say I'm the best until I say, you know what? I got 20 studios and fucking 2 mil in the bank. Sure, maybe I consider but there's always gonna be someone better. And I'm never gonna become the best because, bro, tomorrow I could watch a video and I'm like, fuck, I've been doing that wrong the whole time, bro. I've been doing that shit wrong the whole time, and now I'm fixing that, and I'm thinking about how I did all these mixes the old way, So for the studio, but as for a rapper and an artist, like just keep fucking working towards your music too. Like buy your beats, find the beats that you like, make the investment, buy the fucking beat, bro. Even if it is just a lease because you just want to get music out, you know what I'm saying? Just keep working on that music, bro. Don't ever stop dropping, because that's one thing I would do is I would stop dropping and then I'm sitting on music. It's like, nah, bro, I gotta put this fucking music out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. How important is artist development to you?
Like personally or for other artists? Like me helping develop or me developing as an artist?
Personally,
Personally,
we can start off with personally.
so bro, that's like, that's the most important thing. Like I said, I've been rapping for, I think I started when I was like 16 or 17. So I've been rapping for 14 years or whatever, 15 going on. And like I've developed crazy as an artist, you know what I mean? So if I didn't have that period where I was getting better and learning how to do it, knowing my voice is a big thing, is developing as an artist, is learning your voice and how to project your voice onto the mic. That's one thing a lot of even my boy Project Rizzo, he'll say it. He's been rapping just as long as me, and I told him, bro, project your fucking voice properly, and then everything else is gonna come. Like, because then when I go and mix that shit, it's gonna sound good. So learn how to project your voice. Practice at home. You know what I'm saying? That's part of my development, was practicing at home, getting better, and always writing new shit. You know what I'm saying? So for artist development, bro, that's it. That's everything, bro. You start and don't fucking stop. You gotta keep. That's why it's Evolution Studios, bro. You keep evolving as an artist. You're gonna become the best person you can be, the best rapper, best singer you can be. You know what I mean?
Shit, even Kobe Bryant, one of the best basketball players in the world, put 99.999% into that gym practicing.
Yeah.
You feel me? Critique.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Because a
Yep.
lot of artists nowadays, I feel like they try to skip the practice part. You feel me? Which is the open mics, which is, going to the small shows before you jump on these big platforms. You feel what I'm saying? I feel
Yeah.
like people look at that like, oh, that's beneath me. You feel me? Because of the bad juju that people put out about open mics and shit like that. You feel me? Me personally, I tell this story every time I damn near do an interview with another artist. Like, I took time, bro, into going to open mics and shit like that, because every time I got on that stage, I noticed certain things that I wasn't doing correct. You feel me? Or things that I felt like was deterring me from giving my best. So the next one I'll be anxious to get to, because I want to see if what I'm going to construct or what I learned from my last experience, if it worked this time. You feel me? And every
Yeah.
time I went and touched the mic, I got better. I got better. I got better, to the point where I feel like personally I'm one of the best performers out of our city. You feel me? Hands down. Not even the music. It's just actually being able to go out there, control a crowd, speaking to the mic. You
Mm-hmm.
feel me? Comfortably, fluently spit my music word for word. You feel what I'm saying? Gravitate to people. Make people feel the music that I'm presenting to them. You feel me? And gaining new friends and followers and things of that nature. But all that shit came from being at every open mic, every small showcase, regardless if I was performing or not. You feel me? And really
Mm-hmm.
taking the time to critique myself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't skip them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I did
You
that
should.
for at least a
Like,
year or two straight before I actually started leaving the town and going to other cities and shit like that. You feel what I'm saying?
yeah.
Cause like my first show ever that I ever touched the mic and performed at was at a big showcase in Queens, New York. And I had no prior experiences up until that point, actually performing in front of a full crowd of people that I don't know from a can of paint. It was not one person I could reach out to and rap to. Some people rap to the people that they came with, because that's their comfort zone. They're comfortable with them people. When it's a
Yeah.
whole room full of people that's there watching you, that you should be gravitating to. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of put myself in a situation where it's like, it's nobody around to save you. You feel me? You in that Shark Tank. Like, what you gonna do with it type shit.
Yeah.
But even with that experience, it showed me like, okay, now I want to go do these open mics so I could feel more comfortable holding the mic. I didn't like how I was holding the mic. I didn't like how my movement was, working the room and shit like that. I had my confidence, but still, in fact, I was able to watch from the visuals and see certain shit that I took to them open mics and tried to perfect. You feel me? To make everything look crisp. And that's
Yeah.
all I'm saying when I say this shit. You feel me? So
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's dope, bro. That's dope,
yeah.
man. For real. Yeah, brother.
All right, shit. We getting concluded to the end of this interview and shit like that. Like I said, I appreciate you for giving your time to the platform and letting the people know what you got going on coming up. Tell the people a little bit about what you got coming up, how they could tap in with you personally for your studio time. If you got any events or anything like that in the works, you know, just let the
Yeah.
people know. I'm gonna give you the floor so you can talk to the people real quick.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so obviously I own Evolution Studios. We're located in Cheektowaga on Harlem Road. We only charge $40 an hour, man. So if you need to get a hold of us, bro, we're on Instagram. It's Evolution Studios 716. So if you want to email, or you could email me too. So it's Evolution Studios 716 at Gmail. You could message me. It's you know, I could post my phone number, whatever. You could text me, email me, hit me up on the gram. We only charge $40 an hour, bro. I got my engineer. Shout out my boy Chuck. We call him Chuck, but his artist, he's an artist too. So that's why I want him as an engineer, because he's an artist like I am, and he helps develop with artists and shit like that. So he's Chuck WTF, or Chuck What the Fuck, and he's got music coming out too. So with the whole studio, man, you can hit us up. We got some availability, but we do book up like crazy, man. We book pretty much every single day. But there's always times available, whether it's late night, after midnight. A lot of times, weekends get booked up like crazy. Give us a couple days in advance, or even just a day in advance for bookings. And then as far as my music goes, shout out my boy Project Rizzo. On all platforms, he's Project Projekt Rizzo, Rizzo. We're dropping a new EP. It's called Earn Not Given. And we got some big shit, bro. We just drove to New York City in that storm that we just had over the weekend. We drove there, man, because we really had. Once we start rolling out what's coming out for the EP, y'all will see basically what we went to New York for, the reasoning for it. It's the biggest investment I ever made as an artist with anything, bro. It's the most money I've ever spent, but I think it's money well spent. So that EP is coming out next month, February. We're trying to drop it. We're getting this new single out to drop beforehand. We got a music video, and then we got a bunch of content coming out. So, me and my boy Project Rizzo, and shout out Chuck What the Fuck, that he engineered some of the songs, and he's even featured on one of the songs on the EP, bro. So it's big Evolution Studio shit, man.
Yeah. Make sure when y'all drop y'all project for them, for that new project that y'all working on, y'all tap in with us, cause we wanna do a review for you guys, and
Please,
just
bro.
try to bring some more, people over to tap in with the project. You feel me? Get the ball rolling and shit like that. So we definitely gonna be tapped in, man. My boy Motiques, man, greatly appreciated, bro.
Yeah,
And we
appreciate
about
y'all.
to work. You feel me? About to push.
Yeah. Shout out to Kids Are Sleep fucking
Appreciate
network,
you.
bro. I appreciate y'all. Been wanting to get on the platform for a minute, man. So it's nice to actually chop it up with you, because we know each other and shit. So it's nice to chop it up, and I can't wait to talk. I'm trying to talk with you soon, bro. Like in the next couple of days, if we can get on the phone, bro, and talk about some shit. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna make that happen for sure, bro.
Shout out y'all, man. Thank you guys so much for having me. And Earn Not Given coming out next month, and it's Evolution Studios on Motiques, man.
You know the vibes, man. Thank y'all all for tapping in. Crlito Smooth, the biggest member, did it again, man. Yeah, a lot of people tapped in. Y'all had a very good conversation. These are the conversations we need to have. We need to inform the artists that it's cool to just be normal and get to the music. All right, it's nice to be, the shit that comes with the like y'all said earlier, the shit that comes with the negativity. It can boost you sometimes, but it's not worth it in the long run. You know what I mean? It's worth it to build your name up the proper way and not have to look over your shoulders and really be out here pushing your image and pushing your brand in the most positive way possible. That's when you really get a big difference, man. But like I said, man, we back to work. More shit to come, more interviews to come. Stay tuned. We got some interviews coming up this weekend. I'll drop one name. We got Hezzy coming up this weekend. So make sure if y'all want to tap into that one, that's gonna be pretty funny. I feel like he's gonna bring the energy to that. And of course, shout out to Adam, man. Shout out to ES Studios. Man, you know the vibes. And we out of here, man. This has been another one. I'm Shy the Gamer, man. And these real clips, if you haven't seen the whole interview, it is available on all platforms: YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. You can catch it anywhere. And also the reels will be dropping within the next hour. So make sure y'all tap in, show love to that. And we out of here, man. Until next time, Crlito Smooth. Adam, we out.
Yes, sir.
Peace out.
TKRS is not responsible for any emotional damage caused during this podcast.
TKRS from fucking time.
Absolutely.
Man, hey, who is this? Where the fuck he from? Tell him 716. I say, goddamn. Hey, he up now. Why you got it plain Jane and he ain't bust it down? I say, goddamn. Hey, wait a minute. When I walk up in a room, then there's some paper in it. I say, oh man. Hey, cool it down. If you ain't know me then, nigga, you gon' know me now. I say, goddamn. Hey, I'm from the 6. You ain't never run no blocks. Most of these niggas just run their lips. All the girls that used to be thoughts, you be hugging them trying to kiss. How you turn into your wifey when the whole hood used to hit? I say, goddamn. Hey, I'm up now. They like, how the fuck he get a bag? He from a small town. They be praying on your downfall, hoping that you fall down. Now that I'm in my bag, I can go fuck my crush now. I say, hold on, chill, just wait a minute. I'm just getting started, wait till you see me when I'm finished. I remember I was drowning, I looked up and you was grinning. Now you look upset and you look salty, see me winning. Hey, oh man, hey, who is this? Where the fuck he from? Tell him 716. I say, goddamn, hey, he up now. Why you got it plain Jane and he ain't bust it down?